There is something that happens to a lot of small businesses that are just starting, which can seem like a very good thing, but is actually a very bad thing. And that is having an angel client. It's great when you're starting out to have a client that has a lot of work for you to do. You've always got income coming in, but there are some really big problems with having an angel client. The first and most obvious thing to state is that it puts all of your eggs in one basket, which in some ways is not unlike if you were still working for an employer. All of your employment is with one person, and with one person's decision, one business's decision, you can be let go. You're in that same position if you have that angel client for your business, driving most or all of your business. However, when it's your business working for another business, that's an even more tenuous situation, because even though there's not much loyalty in the world these days with businesses and for employees, there's even less loyalty with outside contracted work. That's one of the advantages of having a business, is to be able to have multiple sources of income. And that's the negative side of the allure of that angel business. The positive side is obvious because it gives you some landing place as you're starting your business, but it's a type of comfort that you should not feel comfortable. So my purpose in bringing this up is to make you be aware, to be uncomfortable in that situation. One of the things that is a direct negative that comes out of that is it stops you from prospecting. If you think you've got everything wrapped up for your business with that one client, you're not out there trying to find additional clients. And that will create a void in your sales funnel. You might not even have a sales funnel. You might just be thinking that you're set, so you continue on with that client. The second really important thing to remember is no matter how good that client is, no matter how good that relationship is, it will end. Every project comes to an end for whatever reason. Sometimes it just is a temporary end. There's a business cycle that the company is going through. They might not dislike you or dislike your work, but maybe there's a funding challenge, they've changed some priorities, or they're just off working on something else and can't give you the attention that they need to give you to be able to do your part for them. There are any number of reasons, and they're not going to be as loyal to you as if you were an employee. They're not just going to put you in a corner and have you do nothing while you wait for them to be ready to go to the next stage. They'll probably cut you loose and invite you back someday when they're ready to go again. I've had clients that have done that many times, and those periods can be months, they can be years. There are clients that have been great clients that I've had that will do work for a year or two, and then we might have 2-3 years off, and then they come back with another product development cycle. It's just the nature of their business. They don't mean anything personal by it, but it's nothing that I can hang my hat on and know that there's a continuity of business. In fact, it will ebb and flow as that business goes through its cycles. Just know that that angel client will end at some point. So you can't depend on one client for continuity of work. One of the other aspects of having focus on a single client is a little bit less obvious, but probably even more important. And that is, if you are working for just one client, that client will drive your business model. You will start to frame your business in a way that it is set up to provide specific service to that specific client. And if you do that, you're losing the vision of what you have for a product or service, and you are in fact letting them define what that becomes. And just because it's the ideal product for that client does not mean that's an ideal client for the market. It's kind of like doing market research, but only asking one customer. And you might design the perfect product for that customer, but nobody else may be interested in buying it. And that's the really insidious part of doing this work for one single client, is that the definition of your business, the definition of your product that you're offering to the market, your value proposition, your very reason for being as a business, gets defined by one entity, which may or may not represent the market. So those three things are reasons that you need to watch out for that angel client. See it as a sign of danger if you're getting too much work from a single client. And it doesn't necessarily have to be 100% of your work. I personally have a benchmark that I like to hit no more than 20% of my annual income from one particular client. That means I've got at least 5 throughout the year, and that spreads that out. If any one of those goes away, you still lose 20% of your income, which is significant. But because you know you've got 5 that might be rotating in and out, you're always trying to fill up that sales funnel and looking for the new ones. So hopefully as one drops out, you've got another one standing by ready to move in. That's the sales funnel. That's what needs to happen. That's what won't happen if you take your eyes off of sales because you think you've got everything wrapped up with an angel client. And that is why an angel client will destroy your business.